Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're looking at Psalm 126, and they're talking about how the people of God, Israel, has been restored. And he said that the Lord had rescued you. The Lord had restored them from being down in the gutter, broken down, right? Restored their fortunes so that it was almost like they were dreaming it. They couldn't believe it because they'd been down for so long. Our mouths were filled with laughter rather than laments, right? Our tongues were singing songs of joy rather than songs of bitterness. And then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. And one of the things to sort of think about is that when we're going through a really difficult time, when we feel like we're being beaten down and we're very weak, it's when we cling to the Lord that we have strength in the midst of that. And after trusting the Lord to get you through a time that you don't feel like you can make it all, that after standing firm in the Lord, as you went through that trauma, there is this, at first there's post-traumatic, dealing with it and getting over it, but then comes the post-traumatic growth. And so that their mouths are filled with laughter and songs of joy. And I want you to think about, as people who have been in the pit as believers, how joyful are we in our worship? Are we singing songs of joy because we know that the Lord is faithful and He has restored our fortunes? And, he talks about how, as He is a witness, right? He says, restore our fortunes, Lord, like the streams in the Negev, like those who sow tears and reap songs of joy. I mean, that's that sort of that post-traumatic growth. We sowed tears, but we're reaping joy. And they are being a witness among the nations, among the peoples, that the Lord has done great thing for Israel, for His people, and how the Lord has saved and redeemed them and pulled them through a crisis and restored their lives. And they were sowing tears and sowing sadness, but now it says we were those who went out weeping, carrying seeds to sow, and we returned with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. And we think about how the bitterness that we are planting, if we stay faithful in the Lord, will bring about a triumph. If we trust in the Lord. And we think about our ministry as the people of God to share Jesus Christ for people who are hurting, people who are lost in spiritual warfare and darkness, right? And they are sowing seeds of despair, tears of fear and tears of desperation. But when they find the Lord and they're rescued by the Lord, they have songs of joy. And so that they are, as it says, carrying the sheaves is an expression of God's fruitful harvest, right? They didn't think they were going to get much of a harvest, and they've gotten more than they could imagine. And so often that's what happens when we go through a difficult time, but we remain trusting in the Lord, and what's on the other side is bigger. It's a breakthrough that we could not have anticipated. It's like we were dreaming. Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.